What's up, creators? It's your boy Mad Mike. Gonna give you an update on the El-cuda build. If you're new to the channel, behind me is a 1976 Chevy El-Camino with a 1970 CUDA front end mounted to a 2011 Chevy Silverado. This is gonna be a fun creative project that we got on this channel. I've done a lot of work up to this point. Today I'm gonna give you a little walk around tour of what we got going on behind us here. In the last episode, we removed the 76 GMC Sprint, which is also known as the El-Camino. They're pretty much the exact same car. We removed the body from that chassis behind me here, and we mounted it to a 2011 Chevy Silverado running driving 4.8 liter LS drivetrain. So let's just do a little walk around. I'll show you where I'm at. Not sure if I'll be doing more work in this video or if I'll just give you an update, but let's get into it. Check that out. Giving you guys and girls a little sneak peek of what it's gonna look like when the body's mounted to the 2011 Chevy Silverado. Last video we were able to get the body removed from this chassis, and this chassis is still in great condition. It's got a 305 running driving drivetrain in it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Got it listed on Marketplace right now, so I might sell it or I might hold on to it for another project. But over here I was able to do some work off camera, and we have the El-Camino body cut up quite a bit. We got the complete firewall removed, as you can see there, and we cut more of the floor out, as you can see there. So this right here is my little setup I got going on, kind of gantry crane system. I just drove the chassis underneath the other day and just started to sit the body down to see where we're at, see what kind of issues we're gonna run into, etc. There's gonna be a lot of issues, but we're gonna fix those issues because no matter what, I'm mounting this body to this chassis with this front end. This is a 1970 CUDA flip front end, all fiberglass. It's just sitting on here right now, nothing crazy. So you can see everything's loose, but this flip front end is gonna get mounted to some brackets that I'm gonna mount off the front bumper, and it's gonna tilt forward. It's still gotta go back probably about 7 inches. Not a big deal though. We're gonna make that fit because up in here, we got the trans cooler that we're not using anymore. And this bracket here is a part of the flip front end. I can just trim that up and we can get our 7 inches by shoving that back. Moving back from there, we got the El-Camino body roughly sitting on the chassis. Let's do a little walk around before I talk more about it. 74 CUDA, 440 big block, coming to the channel soon. So yeah, it's roughly sitting on there right now. It's obviously way too high up in the air because the gas tank's underneath that, but we'll get to that. But this thing looks killer. I really wish I could leave it jacked up at this height and I could do a lift kit on it, but I don't know. I kind of want to have a lower profile looking build to kind of give it more of a pre-runner vibe. You know, pre-runners aren't jacked up high in the air. They got a nice stance to them, right? Kind of look like an RC car. Got the tailgate off. Everything's hooked up nice here. But man, that gets me motivated. That is pretty cool. We're getting somewhere. We're gonna be putting 1968 or 1970 Dodge Charger quarter panels on it too. So it's gonna get even crazier. But first things first, we gotta get this body mounted to the chassis of the 2011 Silverado. So what we have to do here is a lot of trimming. The body's just roughly sitting inside here right now. We're gonna hit up in here on the frame. I wanted to keep the original dash from the Silverado. Whether that's gonna happen or not, we'll find out. I'm gonna have to do a lot of trimming of the dash. But I got the complete firewall cut out of the El-Camino. Got the entire cowl cut out of the El-Camino, which is back in here. So that was a lot of work. There's a lot of trimming and cutting to get this thing here removed. It was in there pretty good. So there's a cowl, firewall, no longer needed. Go away. So with that all cut out, I was able to drive the chassis underneath and see where I'm at. The Silverado is wider than the El-Camino. Knew that. So we're gonna cut off all this portion on the outside, which is rusted out. We don't need that anyway, so we're gonna cut all that out. But to get this to go forward about another I think it was 7 to 8 inches. We got to get this up here. We're probably going to have to cut off a lot of this material here, remove some of the dash structure on the Silverado, and then moving back from there, it's hitting some body mounts in this location here, right around here. So we'll trim all this off. And then the big one that's resting on right now, if you can see it, is the gas tank. So I'm just gonna lift the body up, cut those 2 straps, remove the gas tank, and it should come down a little bit more, and that'll give us more of a view of what else we gotta trim. Here's some body mounts here on the frame that are hitting the floor of the El-Camino. We gotta cut those off too. But for a rough look at the car and to see what we got ourselves into here, which is a pretty big pickle. I hate pickles, by the way. But we're gonna make this work. We're gonna just keep chopping, keep trimming. Once we get the body sitting down, let's back up here so you get more of a view. Once we get this body sitting down on the floors where we want it, I'm not worried about lining up the back wheels and the wheel arches, because when we cut these quarter panels off and weld the Dodge Charger quarter panels on, we're going to place those further back, and the wheelbase will look proportionate, I guess you can say. So the goal is to get this body lower down, made it up to the floor of the Silverado. We'll tack that all together. We'll see what we got to trim on the dash area to make that work, and then we'll scoot the CUDA flip front end backwards, and then there's going to be a lot of metal work on the floor, the firewall, the cowl. Making the brackets for the flip front end isn't going to be too difficult. That's going to be pretty straightforward, but overall this build should come together fairly quickly. It's going to be kind of a ratty build. I'm not doing a full-on restoration and high quality paint job on it. I want it to be kind of Mad Max. I want to have fun with it. The drivetrain's reliable. That's all I care about mainly. Keeping all the reliability of that 4.8 LS and all the controls, AC, heat. I want to keep all that. So that's kind of the update on the El-Cuda build. Today I might do a lot of trimming off camera just because it's so hard to set up, get the shot, cut something, move the camera. I run out of hard drive space on my camera, battery dies. It's too much work. I just want to get to chopping, get to cutting, and then I'll give you guys an update in the next video probably. right, I don't know where I ended off in this. Oh shit.
Don't you hate when you drop your grinder and you break your disc?
Damn it all. All right. Where was I? I don't know where I'm at in this video. I think I said I was just gonna do a quick walk and talk. I started cutting up the body some more on the El-cuda, and we're gonna try to lower it down now and see. It's starting to rain outside here too, so no bueno. But anyways, we're gonna start lowering the body down and see if the El-cuda is gonna fit any better. What I did was, oh, focus. There we go. All right. What I did, I cut more of the rear panel behind the seat area out so I can clear the gas tank. Had those down to save me from sparks hitting the top of the fuel lid. So I notched out all this area here. I got rid of that little cubby hole. We might add that cubby hole behind the seat later on. It's kind of nice to have extra space inside of the El-Camino. So we cut all this out. We cut areas along here out. We also cut the top of the body mounts off. Might try to utilize these inside of the cab. And under the under tray here on both sides, got those all cut out. Got the gas tank removed. And I think we're ready to lower it down. Ow, damn it, just cut myself. So I think we're ready, after moving all this crap, to drop the body down and see if the El-cuda will fit any better. Let's try this again. I had to remove the corner pieces of the dash. They were interfering when I was driving the car backwards and moving the body forwards. Hopefully that gives us a little bit more clearance. Yep. All right, let's try this again. Fire in the hole. So I'm trying to go backwards while I'm pulling down on the dash, and I want to basically shove this firewall into that firewall, see what else is interfering with it. All right. Getting somewhere. Oh yeah, the steering wheel's almost in. Okay, we're hitting again. But put her into park. That's not gonna work. Shit. What to do, what to do, what to do. My shifter's hitting the bottom of the windscreen, so I can't lower the body down anymore. Let's just leave it in park. See what we're dealing with here. Ooh. All right, so here's the deal. Making good progress getting the body down on the 2011 Silverado chassis. Been cutting up the El-cuda body more and more and more. We got it slid forward, the body, and we're able to get down with it probably another 6 inches, but we still got to go another 4 inches. And here's where we're getting hung up. All right, so we got her down. You can see we still got to come down another 4 inches so that this hits the floor essentially. You can see on the other side there, we got to go down that distance there. Right now on the column, it's hitting the bottom of the windscreen, and I don't want to cut that out because that's all bracing and that'll make the windscreen weak when I go to weld everything back in. We're going to drop the entire steering column to make that work, and the steering wheel is almost on the inside to where we could drive it and turn it. So we still got to slide the body forward I'm guessing another 3 inches, 4 inches if we can. So after cutting the corners of the dash out here and on the other side, we are able to scoot this further forward, which has been great. And focus, come on. We got some okay clearance up around here on the lower part of the dash. So with a little bit more trimming, we should be able to slide this forward, and then undoing the steering column, be able to move everything down. For today, I think that's gonna kind of wrap up what I'm doing on it. I wasn't gonna do this much work today, but I just got into it and started chopping stuff up. Do a little walk around, show you guys and girls what it's looking like with the body a little bit lower, so check this out. Okay, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys and girls next time. Ciao, ciao.